Hi, very warm welcome to Dusty Shelf Collectibles. Today we're talking Hornby's A Model World TV programme. Yeah, hi, so you may have seen it on the telly last night. Hornby, well, it's the Yesteryear channel. I've been running a series looking at Hornby. This is the second series, following the designers and how they manufacture parts, and just generally following the team around different things each week. And as I say, last night was the end of the series, and in this final episode they reviewed their top 10. I don't know whether it's voted by viewers or by the team there at Hornby. But they had everything in there. They had the live steam in there. They had number one was the Rocket, the new version, and they mentioned about the 1960s version. But the one that caught my eye was the was number 3 in the list, which was this, the Rovex release of the Princess. Yeah, so it's the Princess Elizabeth, tooled, well, made by Rovex, as you can see here, which predates Triang. And this is really, I guess, what you'd call the genesis of the modern railway. This was a mass-produced plastic, die-cast plastic train, made for Marks and Spencer's, actually, in 1950. It was rushed out for the Christmas in 1950. And I was watching this with interest and seeing Pete Waterman talking about how he got this set, you know, from his father way back then, and how important this was. And it suddenly occurred to me I did actually have this in the collection. They went on to then talk about the plastics that the kit was made from, and how these haven't aged too well. And to my amusement, I picked open one of the boxes. I'll just do this here, and they showed this on the telly last night. You can see how the coaches are all a banana shape, and indeed mine, you know, all of mine have done exactly that, and I didn't realise this until I saw it on the programme last night. And when I came in and you know, pulled these out of the collection, I took one at random out of the box, and there's exactly the same as what I saw on the telly. I found it quite amusing. So because of that, I thought, well, let's do a quick video on it and share the fact that yeah, I've got some warped carriages in the collection. So what I'm going to do is I can take these over. I'm really lucky in the fact that I've got a full set here. They're in varied condition, but it's full set, including the Loco, all boxed. So I'm going to take these over to the bench as I normally do, and I'll film from above, tell you a little bit about them, and then hopefully, if it still runs, we'll give the Loco a little run up and down on the demonstration track. So as I say, Rovex made the Princess Elizabeth in time for the Christmas market, 1950s Christmas market. It was made for Marks and Spencer's, released in Marks and Spencer's, and by all accounts sold out almost instantly. It was it was the thing to have Christmas in 1950. But as I say, this is, for me, I look at this as the genesis of the modern train set, because this was mass produced. This was different to anything that had been around before. There was a lot of die-cast bodies. There's still you know, various ranges out there, but this brought the price down so that it was affordable. This was the first affordable train set. Now, Rovex were a plastic moulding company. I don't know how they got into railways, but they obviously launched these under their brand of Rovex. They used, back in those days, it was early plastic, so it was a cellulose acetate, which at the time was bright and shiny, made everything look great. But over time, it did have the drawback, and this is what I saw on the programme last night that made me smile, because I hadn't realised this, I hadn't appreciated, because I've not looked at these in a long time, forgotten all about it. When I pulled my carriages out of the box, you can see how they've been honoured. Now, some of these carriages, as I've read subsequently to watching the programme, some of them are so bad that they cannot run at all. Mine aren't too bad, but they are bent in this orientation. But also, if I look down, they're also crabbing as well, if you see. So you can see they're bent in this orientation as well. So properly warped. I mean, I haven't had these anywhere near any heat or anything. This is just how they've gone over time. You see they've also sort of ballooned in the middle. But it's not just the one carriage, all three of them. Let's slide this one out. See, that one's the same, ballooning out the side. It's curved through that way as well. And then finally, this one's not in too good a condition. I'm missing one of the wheel trucks on here. But again, you can see how the base, the distortion, these are not aged well, obviously. But I'm very fortunate that my set is boxed in the original Rovex boxes, which is great. Now onto the Loco. Again, as I say, Rovex was a plastic moulding company. So the other innovation in here, there's 3 innovations. So you've got the plastic body, and again you can see my one's got slight warpage on it. You can see it's bananas. But they, these do still run pretty well. So that was innovation 1, the plastic body. Innovation 2 was the plastic wheels. Innovation 3 is the motor. The motor in these is mass produced, so I understand it's the highest produced by volume motor in the UK. It ran in all of the engines through Triang. It's been put in Scalextrics. Millions of them have been made. But as a result of having plastic wheels, obviously you have got to get the current somehow to the motor. So it was fitted with pickups at the rear here. Now the original Locos were fitted with a roller pickup, so basically like a roller bearing that fitted on the bottom here that ran along the track. These were totally inefficient, didn't work very well. So basically there's a retrofit across the entire range to put these plungers on. So the bearing, the roller bearing, or the roller version, is extremely rare. Extremely rare. As far as I can tell, there's only a few known versions of those in special collections. So all of the Mocos that you'll see on the market now are fitted with this sort of plunger type that just run along on the 2 rails as it moves through the track. So that's the engine. And then if we have a quick look at the tender again, really lightweight, nothing to it. Plastic wheels, plastic surround, really cheap. Today, this wouldn't match up to today's standards. There's no fitted parts on here, there's no detailing, nothing on here at all. Just where the name is just a lick of paint. But the whole point in this was it was produced, mass produced, and trying to get it cheap so that it was affordable. And because it was affordable, as I say, this is what made the change for model railways. Up until then, a lot of die cast, quite expensive, a lot of detail. This made the big change. And eventually Line Brothers bought Rovex and brought it into the Triang range, and then we saw sort of the transition over of Triang into these plastic bodies and things. Yeah, so I just thought I'd share this with you. As I say, just from it just really did make me smile last night when I saw it on the telly, the warped carriages, and lo and behold, there they are. And I thought what I'd do is just show you these in the boxes. They are out there. These aren't particularly expensive. I'm guessing as time goes on they are going to become quite collectible. But let's go and give this Loco a quick run up and down the test track and see how it runs. So I was rather hoping to show the Loco moving, but it's a little bit temperamental, so I'll just show you what I can get it to do. You can see it's really hesitant. It does want to go a little bit. So if I just lift it slightly, you can see that it suddenly starts moving. So what I think the problem is, I'll just take it off the track, what I think the problem is rather than it being the pickups underneath touching the track, it's probably where the pistons have actually got a little bit of dirt inside them. They probably need a good old clean. So you can see when they touch the track, at different points it wants to go. But when I get it back down on the track properly, it's very hesitant. Yeah, unfortunately it does need a good old clean, so it won't be doing much running today, but you can see that it does want to go. Yes, I hope there's a little bit of fun looking at the warped carriages, and I hope that was of interest to somebody. If you like this sort of thing, I do, I've got a few of these videos now, so please do subscribe. If you can like this one, you really will help me out. It does help with the algorithm. But yeah, we'll leave this one there. Sadly, non-running Loco, but yeah, a little bit of time on the bench and it'll soon be back to its running form. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.